You ever get on a plane, all set to stream a movie or maybe get some work done, only to find the Wi-Fi is just awful? Slow, super expensive, or maybe just flat out broken? Yeah, you are definitely not alone. Today we are pulling back the curtain on the surprisingly complicated world of in-flight connectivity. We're going to explore why getting online at 30,000 feet is such a huge challenge and, more importantly, how it's all about to change, like forever. Let's jump in.
So here's how we're going to break it down. We'll start with the big puzzle every passenger feels. Then we'll follow the money to see the business side of things. After that, we dive into the actual tech that makes it all work, check out the revolution that's happening as we speak, and finally, look at what this all means for your flights in the very near future.
All right, so let's start with the question that I know is on everyone's mind. Why is getting good Wi-Fi on a plane so darn difficult? I mean, it feels like it should be simple by now, right? But the reality? Well, it's anything but.
See, down here on the ground, we're totally spoiled by fast, unlimited, and usually free internet. It's just there. But the second you get in the air, you hit this weird in-flight digital divide. Airlines give you these different tiers. Basic messaging might be free, which is a smart way to build loyalty. But if you want to do anything that uses real data, you got to pull out your credit card. And this isn't some accident. It's a very deliberate strategy to manage that precious, limited satellite bandwidth while also making some money.
And why do they have this strategy? Because the demand is absolutely off the charts. Get this, a 2024 survey found that for 90% of long-haul travelers, Wi-Fi isn't a luxury anymore, it's important. We all expect that at-home experience, even in the sky. And airlines are scrambling to figure out how to give it to us and, how to make it pay.
And that massive demand brings us right to our next point. For airlines today, in-flight connectivity is way more than just a nice-to-have perk. It has become a core piece of their strategy, a real battleground for customer loyalty, and a seriously powerful engine for new revenue.
And the money involved here, it's staggering. The whole market for in-flight entertainment and connectivity, or IFEC, is set to more than double in just the next decade. We're talking about it growing from about $7 billion to over $18 billion. That is one heck of an incentive for airlines to get this stuff right.
So how are they turning that Wi-Fi signal into cash? Well, it really boils down to two main playbooks. First, you've got the freemium model. Think Delta or JetBlue. They give you a little taste for free, like messaging, which is great for building loyalty and keeping you in their ecosystem. But if you want to stream Netflix, that's going to cost you. Then there's the ancillary revenue model, where Wi-Fi is treated as a straight-up profit source, with those session passes that can run you anywhere from $10 to $30.
Now, this quote here really captures the huge shift in thinking that's going on. An expert from Moment just nails it. This isn't just about entertainment anymore, it's about turning every single digital interaction, from you watching a movie to ordering a drink through the app, into a chance to create value. They're literally transforming what used to be a huge expense into a profit machine.
Okay, so we get the why and we get the business plan. But how does this stuff actually work? I mean, how does a metal tube screaming through the sky at nearly 600 miles per hour connect to the internet at all?
Well, there are two main ways. The first is air-to-ground, or ATG. It works a lot like your cell phone does. There's an antenna on the belly of the plane that talks to a network of cell towers on the ground. It works great, but it's got one huge drawback. As soon as you fly out over the ocean, you're disconnected. And that's where satellite-based systems take over, using an antenna on top of the plane to talk to satellites way up in orbit, giving you coverage pretty much anywhere on the planet.
And this diagram gives you a really simple look at the three main parts of that satellite link. First, you've got the cabin segment. That's the antenna on your plane and the Wi-Fi network inside. Then there's the space segment. That's the satellite itself. And finally, the ground segment, which takes the signal from the satellite and plugs it into the big internet backbone that we all use every day. But here's the thing. Not all satellite signals are the same. They operate on different frequencies, or bands. L-band is super reliable but slow, perfect for critical cockpit data or maybe that free messaging service. Ku-band is kind of the workhorse for just general web browsing. And Ka-band is the powerhouse, delivering the crazy high speeds you need for streaming. The Wi-Fi package you pay for often decides which band you get access to. And this is where things can get tricky. If too many people on that high-speed Ka-band try to stream at once, you can get a system-wide lag. And if your payment fails but your card still gets charged, well, that's when a flight attendant has to put on their IT support hat and issue you a free voucher.
Now, for years, that satellite tech has been okay, but not great. It was often laggy and just couldn't handle a lot of users. But there is a massive revolution happening in space right now that is about to completely change the game for in-flight Wi-Fi.
And the difference really just comes down to distance. The traditional satellites, the GEO ones, orbit way, way out there, over 22,000 miles from Earth. That huge distance creates high latency, which is that annoying delay you feel on a video call. But these new constellations of low Earth orbit, or LEO satellites, they orbit much, much closer to home. And that slashes the latency, making the connection feel just as snappy as it does on the ground.
And this is the exact technology that companies like Starlink are putting up there. They're launching literally thousands of these LEO satellites to create a global, high-speed, low-latency network. For planes, this means we're talking about speeds up to 350 megabits per second. That's fast enough for basically everyone on board to stream, game, and work all at the same time.
So what does this actually mean for you, the passenger? Well, it enables what the industry calls gate-to-gate connectivity. It means your online experience can be completely seamless, from the terminal to the plane and back to the ground again. No more waiting to hit 10,000 feet to get connected. The Wi-Fi just works from the moment you sit down.
So, as the tech gets exponentially better and the business plans get smarter, what does this all add up to? Well, the vision for the future is something called the Unified Digital Cabin.
It sounds a little corporate, but think of it as a single connected bubble. It's not just about Wi-Fi or movies anymore. It's about weaving everything together. The entertainment you watch, the food you order, the stuff you buy, and all the flight info you need into one seamless digital layer that's with you for your entire journey.
So in this future cabin, you can expect stuff like AI recommending movies it knows you'll like. You'll be able to shop right from your seat and have things delivered to your destination. You'll use your own phone or tablet without any hassle. Explore these cool interactive 3D flight maps, and maybe even play cloud-based video games. It's a total digital makeover of the airplane cabin. And this quote from an industry insider just sums it all up perfectly. As a passenger, you don't care about the different systems, it's all just one experience, right? You don't separate the Wi-Fi network from the movie selection, you just want it all to work together. And airlines are finally getting that they need to build their digital world around the passenger, not the other way around.
Which kind of brings us to one last big question. We are right on the edge of a future where being on a plane is no different, digitally speaking, than sitting in your own living room. And yeah, it'll be more productive, more fun, and way more convenient. But as our flights become just another part of our always-on, constantly connected lives, what happens to the idea of travel as an escape? Something to think about on your next connected flight.